Um, Welcome to the Trading Sliders Podcast. Here we go, episode number 62 of the Trading Sliders Podcast. How's everybody doing out there? My name is Bobby Puckett. Here with me in studio is Curt the Flash Bennett. What's going on, Flash?
Not much, Bobby. Been traveling this weekend. Got to go to a new racetrack. Me and the wife did. So we had a good weekend. Got to go to Florida, enjoy some warm weather, go swimming.
I was say, yeah, you was not around here.
Yeah, I know.
There was no warm weather around here at all.
But we know we are now.
Yeah, you definitely got back in time to
got out of the car here, and I could tell it was a little bit different.
Yeah, just a little bit. I think we got snow coming in like Monday or Tuesday.
I think so. Tuesday, I think.
I know they got all kinds of snow up in the upper Midwest.
Oh, yeah.
Indianapolis and north, they got pretty good snowfall this week. So this week's guest is Kyler Johnson. Kyler Johnson's a sprint car racer out of Quinter, Kansas. I always screw the name up, but Quinter. Yeah. He's from northwest Kansas.
Yeah.
Right before you get to like Colorado, like way the hell out there.
Way out there.
But he had an amazing go-kart career and tackled the 305 sprint car ranks and took it by storm. And then so they just decided, you know what, we're going to go national racing. So they went ASCS national racing. I guess this is their third year. Really fascinating interview. This is one of those interviews where we got a part one and part two.
Yeah.
It's really funny when it happens because it was done back at the Chili Bowl last year, almost a year ago.
Yeah.
And we talked about upcoming goals and how things were going to go. And we got interrupted by a concert, a staff worker that was trying to sell us popcorn. All kinds of messes going on. We had some technical difficulties, so we could only use like 7 minutes of it. So I got with him and said, hey, we're going to do a year-end review and, mix these two together. And it actually turned out to be a pretty cool little project. So
that's pretty cool.
Maybe this year we need to grab a couple interviews, a couple start interviews, like 4 or 5 minutes here.
Yeah.
What are you planning on? How do you think the season is going to go? And then check back in with the guys at the later date.
Yeah.
Because this year was actually pretty neat.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool how it worked out.
Yeah, it was. At first we thought we weren't going to be able to use anything, and then it turned out it's actually a pretty cool little deal. So
yeah.
This week's guest, Kyler Johnson. ASCS regular on the national tour, traveling up and down the road and got long drives everywhere he goes.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like 24 to 30 hours to Daytona.
Yeah, mostly long, boring drive, too, to Kansas.
Yeah. Why am I speeding? I'm in Kansas.
That's why.
So this week's show will be brought to you by Diesel Boys LLC. If you need any diesel truck work. Oh, hold on a second. Before we get into that, hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
All that kind of runs together. But I hope everybody, got to spend time with family, have a happy Thanksgiving. Weather was so-so, but at least it was dry.
I don't know what you're talking about. It was nice.
And not all of us laid in the pool in Florida.
Mid-Florida was nice.
Yeah. Well, mid-Kentucky and mid-Indiana was not.
Yeah.
But we say this every week. Please support the people that support us. If you need any diesel truck work done, reach out to Brandon Hooker and Diesel Boys LLC. Our deep dive is being brought to you by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. If you need any automotive clutch work, semi-truck, tractors. Right now, we're doing a ton of tractors. I don't really know why. Farm season's over. I guess everybody tore their shit up and decided, hey, we better go get that fixed before the snow gets here.
Yeah. Or have something to do while it's snowing.
Yep. Seems like 4 dual-plate tractors, which this is kind of a clutch deal where nobody really knows. They're paying to ask to build. Getting 2 or 3 a week, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah. Well, they're done harvesting and everything, so this is their time to do maintenance, kind of like race car drivers.
Yeah. Well, they're doing maintenance.
Yeah.
I told that one old boy, I said, can you not get a Chevy tractor?
Yeah.
But if you need anything clutch related, reach out to Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Our Slider of the Week being brought to you by Walt and Speed Decals. This week's Slider of the Week took place at probably the most beautiful setting in all of racing, right there on the Pacific Ocean. So when we get into that, it took a while to get to it because they were kind of on like South time.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that when we get into Turkey Night.
I got an honorable Trader of the Week slider too when we get there. So
nice. And then our Crash of the Week being brought to you by D.O. Handyman Remodeling. If you need anything done around the house, you were too late if you're trying to get it done before Thanksgiving because you didn't reach out to David. But Christmas is coming back around, so if you're hosting Christmas and you got stuff that needs to be taken care of around the house, give our man David a call at 812-989-5002. Our racetrack spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering. One thing I want to say about JT's Trackside Catering, go check out their Facebook page. He just put out his winter prices for all of his catering events. So
for holiday stuff, for Christmas or whatever.
Yeah, if you don't want to cook, you don't want to clean, you don't have to do none of that, just reach out to Jeremy Thomas and JT's Trackside Catering. He'll get you taken care of. And Flash, we got a new sponsor.
Yeah.
Bandit Race Cars. Brian Barber and them at Bandit reached out to take care of us. And Bandit Race Cars, question of the week. We asked about it last week. You know, if you got some, because we get so many questions, if you want to, you know, for some reason you want our opinion on some things.
Yeah.
I would say it was kind of a success. We got 107 questions.
Wow.
We're not answering 107.
Yeah.
We're going to do like 2 a week,
Yeah.
right? For Mike in New Mexico, we'll have to look at that schedule before we can get back to you, okay?
Yeah.
We don't know about the New Mexico Speedway track schedule just yet.
Yeah.
We're going to look at that. But yeah, we had questions all over the map, so it's something we're really looking forward to.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, for something that I just kind of nonchalantly threw it out there. It wasn't like we, you know, spent 20 minutes on it and, you know, plugging it or nothing. So,
Right.
So pretty cool deal. One more thing I want to touch on. This week, Flash, we're going to cross 1 million views and download.
That's pretty cool.
Well, I say we are. Unless some reason we only get 33 listens,
Yeah.
then we're screwed. But yeah, we are like 40 listens. There's roughly 40 listens away from 1 million. So
Yeah, that blows my mind.
yeah, that's pretty astonishing. I don't
Yeah.
know why or how or who or what, but
Yeah.
you know, we're happy. We'll take it. So
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah,
you know,
thanks,
for everybody
everybody.
that's spreading the word and everybody that's listening. We really appreciate it. All right, news of the week. RTJ gets the band back together, Flash. The band is back together, and Ricky Thornton Jr. is I want to say we might see Ricky Thornton Jr. of the old, but he never really slowed down.
No.
Everybody else did, but he didn't. So
Yeah.
we're going to talk about that. Turkey Night Grand Prix went down at the Ventura Raceway. We're going to get into that, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
There was some negative that go
yeah.
along with it too.
Yeah.
So we're going to discuss that. Central Pennsylvania gets its own series.
Yeah.
It's going to pay big money, so that's a pretty neat deal. Cannon McIntosh does something that nobody's ever done in all of midget racing, so
Yeah.
we're going to cover that. And in our weekend race trips, Flash made his way to Swainsboro. I made my way to the Bullet Speedway, so we're going to
Yeah.
talk about that just a little bit. Two totally different type of racing.
Yeah.
Zach Mitchell decided he didn't want to go on the national tour, so Colton Farms was like, okay, kick rocks. Donald McIntosh got a ride, so
Yeah.
we'll get into that. And
He wasn't out of ride very long.
no,
was he?
yeah,
That's good.
he was not out of a ride very long at all. Zach Mitchell was like, nah, I really like racing around home.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yep.
Find somebody else to race for. And our fan question of the week, we got 2 of them. And it's Gateway Week. It's the Dome. And I'll be making a trip out to Gateway, I guess, Wednesday. So
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of tired people breathing in exhaust fumes for 3 days at Gateway.
Yeah.
But it's going to be exciting and available on Flow Racing.
Yeah. That's good. I'll be home while you're there.
Yeah. You want to play paper, rock, scissors? We can. So, start off first. Zach Mitchell and Colton Farms, they left on, how you say, amicable?
Yeah.
Is that the way?
Something like that. Yeah.
They agreed
left
to
on
leave.
good terms.
Yeah, they weren't squaring up, trying to fight or nothing. First off, Colton Farms was like, we want a car. I heard they want a car on each tour.
Oh yeah.
But they want 2 national tours. First off, a car owner that's wanting to have two cars on the national tour means they got like 10 cars and 2 haulers.
Yeah.
So he's invested a ton of money and resources in the sport.
Yeah.
And if he wants to go on a national tour and you're his driver, you probably may want to go on a national tour.
Yeah.
Zach Mitchell learned, Kid Quick was like, yeah, I'm more of a regional guy, and that's kind of what I enjoy doing. It's better for my family. So he's out, and Donald McIntosh is back on the national tour.
Yeah.
So Donald McIntosh, take Zach Mitchell's place, and Colton Farms are going to have 2 cars on the national tour.
Yeah, the other one is
Tanner English.
Yeah, Tanner English.
Yeah.
He runs World of Outlaws, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So
and McIntosh has always ran. Well, not always. He ran it last year.
Yeah.
Lucas Oil. So.
Right. So that'd be.
So they may have one on each tour.
Right. That'd be pretty cool.
We will see. Yeah. In other late model news, Ricky Thornton Jr. decided, hey, I've been the crew chief all year. They've tried a few things, with Chris Madden, finished a year out last year. This year, Berkey, Brian Burkhofer decided to help out a little bit. So they've been doing things to get people, so to take the workload off Ricky Thornton Jr.
Right.
And when Riggs and Overton decided they were leaving Longhorn's, number 1 crew chief / mechanic is Anthony Burrows.
Right.
So Burrows is like, deuce, apple juice.
Yeah.
So he called up RTJ's like, hey, you got a place? And RTJ's like, yes, we do.
Yeah.
So they got the band back together, and they got I think the kid's name's Zach that goes on the road with them.
Yeah.
The tire guy. I may be screwing the name up, but I'm not screwing up the tire guy. He is the tire guy.
Yeah.
He's the body guy. So all 3 are back on the road together. And did you see RTJ and Kohler Motorsports press release?
No.
Well, it wasn't no big. It was a big fancy letterhead.
Yeah.
And all it said was reunion tour.
That's pretty cool.
It didn't say no names, no nothing.
Yeah.
Just reunion tour.
Yeah.
And their first race together will be at Gateway this weekend. So
yeah, they get 2 pretty good looking cars for that too.
Yeah,
he's running the mod too.
He's in the Royal Race Cars house car. Yeah.
Yep, that's pretty cool.
So we'll see how RTJ and Anthony Burrows works, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows how it's going to be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be all right.
Yeah, I think they're going to be okay. Well, one thing though that it kind of surprised me a little bit though, how much Brandon Overton struggled this year.
Yeah.
Because Overton, it wasn't like he was in a chassis that he's never been in. I know they were in the factory car. It kind of makes me wonder. I wonder if the factory cars does a lot of R&D.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's try this. And then so there's going to be nights that you're out to lunch.
Yeah, so because I know forever the Rumbly car was the R&D car.
Yeah.
But I think the Rumbly car is like the off-the-wall R&D. Yeah. And then once they think they've got something, they send it to the factory car.
Yeah, and have them refine it maybe a little bit.
Yeah, so I don't know if... So I don't know. It's one of those things that... But I heard...
Brandon had a lot of stuff going on too this year, I think, with his... wasn't his chassis and all that they were doing, and they got out of that. And
well, I think Overton, they may, I don't know, but they may hook up with Wells and them and be the factory, factory driver for them. I don't know exactly what's going on, but Overton said he wasn't leaving Riggs, and Riggs said that he wasn't going to be the factory team owner for for Longhorn. So where that goes, who knows?
I can see how that would go if you're involved with them guys and they want you to try stuff and you're good and you don't want to try it, and then it screws you up that week. And I mean, the car owners got a lot of money put out there to not get a good showing.
Well, here's the thing. I say we'll see where that goes, but maybe it could go to Infinity and beyond.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure there's some new Infinity chassis coming in. And one thing I can say for a guy that had a rough year, besides being all pissed off at Pierce at Sonoya, I mean, Overton had a pretty good outlook on the year.
Yeah,
he wasn't always bitching. He was still cutting up in his interviews. So
well, even after that last incident there, the next day he got on there and put a big post out where a guy asked him about it. He's like, man, he said, that's just a year I'm having. He said, he said, I really wasn't as mad as it looked like or acted like I was. He said it was just everything was all it was. He said I was going to have a good finish that night, and then that happened, and it just kind of all at once got to me. So,
well, he was mad. He just wasn't as mad at Pierce. Yeah. He was just pissed off in general.
That's what I say. He was just mad.
I'm just mad. I'm mad at everybody right now. Yeah. Kind of like my wife when I don't pick shit up around the house.
Yeah.
She walks past me and goes, "Are you not going to pick those clothes up?" And I'm like, "What clothes?" The ones folded on the table, 10 foot tall. Oh, those clothes. So sometimes they just get mad.
Yeah.
So PA Posse Flash, for years and years and years, it's been Posse versus Outlaws, Posse versus High Limit now, Posse versus All Stars. Now it's just going to be Posse versus Posse.
Oh yeah, they got their own.
They got their own little touring series. So the racetracks get together and decide, hey, we race sprint cars anyways weekly. All the races in Pennsylvania pay better than some of the traveling stuff.
Yeah.
They pay $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 weekly at a lot of these places.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to see racetracks come together for the betterment of the sport. But
pay attention, guys.
Yeah.
In our area.
If you're kind of in the Midwest, you may want to kind of work together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But check out this, Flash. So you're going to start your first ever series, right? And I guess they say, well, if the World Outlaws run 90, we can run half.
Yeah.
47 races for this regional series.
Needs to say they're running Friday, Saturday, and Sunday or something, ain't they?
Yeah,
Thursday, Friday.
and there's going to be some that got to run
a couple of extras.
couple extras because it's not like it's warm in Pennsylvania.
No,
they start, there's a couple tracks that start March.
Right.
And get a couple day races in. But really, it's like late April,
May,
and they're done in September.
Right, they got to be done early because it gets cooler quick.
So they're going to get a lot of races in a short period of time.
Yeah,
races are paying at minimum $6,000 to win, $600 to start. So that's pretty cool. But they do got 3 throwaways, so 3 of your races aren't going to count.
Yeah.
So basically, you're running a 44 race schedule because they know
that's good though.
Well, they know guys are going to go run Kings Royal because they didn't shy away. They booked on top of the Kings Royal.
Yeah.
They booked on top of the Knoxville Nationals.
Yeah.
Like, hey, guys, we're racing here. We usually lose about 3 guys out there. If you don't want to stay here and race, don't.
Yeah.
No big deal. But $50,000 going to the winner, so pretty cool deal there.
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania for the PA posse stuff. That was a pretty hefty little payout there.
Yeah. That's gonna be good for those guys though. I mean, they run 2-3 nights a week like that.
Yeah, for good money. I mean,
yeah.
If you run Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're running for $18,000 at minimum.
Yeah.
At minimum that.
And $1,800 if you just make the race.
Yeah.
So at least you can get up and down the road maybe.
And I seen where they're mixing the series up. They're going to qualify for half. Half of them's off pill draw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not just you got to earn this one.
Yeah.
It's not just show up and we're starting the fast guy on the pole type shit.
That's pretty cool.
A couple of them off pill draw. So that's something that wanted to keep an eye on. I seen where they've got a PA Posse TV, so it looks like streaming is going to help pay for this.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping Flow or Dirt Vision was able to pick it up.
Yeah.
But looks like you're going to have to get another
subscription.
Another subscription if you want to watch them. So we'll see. A lot of times, a lot of that PA Posse TV kind of be like Circle City TV and stuff. We
could talk about this a lot more, though, if we got a subscription from those guys.
I might send them a message. Look, bro, if you want us to cover it, I mean, we do got a lot going on, but we can squeeze you in.
Yeah, we'll put you in there somewhere. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah.
You see Cannon McIntosh won the USAC national midget title last night?
Yeah.
So you know what that makes Cannon McIntosh? The only 3-time winner. USAC national midgets, extreme midgets, and power eye midgets. Jacob Denny had a shot at doing all 3 this year.
Yeah.
He missed it by about 60 points.
Yeah.
That would have been really cool. Win all 3 in 1 year.
Right.
But Cannon McIntosh is the only driver to win all 3 national midgets titles for Keith Kuhn Motorsports. And the rumor mill is Cannon McIntosh is going full-time 410 wing sprint car racing next year in the Roth 83 car that James McFadden drove for a while.
Oh, okay.
So I think he's going to be Buddy Kofoid's teammate out on the road. Another one of those Toyota racing development deals.
Right, yeah.
So it looks like Cannon McIntosh capped off his midget career in a pretty cool fashion.
Yeah.
Taking...
Is McFadden running this year? Or I know he went back to Australia.
Well, he's in Australia now. He did run this past year.
Yeah.
He's in Australia, but I don't know exactly what his plans are for next year.
Right.
I'm sure he'll end up here somewhere.
Yeah.
I think McFadden kind of likes just staying around central Iowa area.
Yeah.
I don't think he's he's not real crazy about beating up and down the road
right.
a whole lot anymore.
Yeah.
They've done a few things. He did some stuff to take care of Tony Stewart at the end of the year and stuff. Right. But yeah, I don't think McFadden really wants to be on a national tour, so to speak.
He might be done with that.
I think he's pretty happy with running Knoxville, and then going straight up the road there and run Huset's. And if somebody races in the area, we'll squeeze by. I don't think he wants to go 100 nights a year anymore.
Right.
So, all right, Flash. Before we get into this weekend race trips, we're going to do our Bandit Race Cars question of the week. Our first one comes from Ryan out of Griffin, Georgia. Ryan says he's stumbled on our show about 6 weeks ago, and he's trying to get caught up. So, first off, thanks, Ryan, for listening. Second off, I want to let Flash start off on this. I'm going to ask Flash this question and see what he and see if we can dive into it. But Ryan wants to know, why do dirt races pay more than pavement races?
Because they're more badasser. No, I don't know really. It's just always been that way. Seems like.
Yeah, well,
I really don't have an answer for that because.
Well, that's a question we've always kind of had.
Yeah. Being
that we.
I mean, the cars cost the same, pretty much, asphalt and dirt. So, I really don't know why.
well, here's one thing that I've thought about this is most time you go asphalt racing, there's no entry fee.
Yeah.
There is no entry fee. You just show.
That's true.
But now they will charge you to park on the pavement. They'll charge you for a number. For some reason, you got to buy the number that's already on your car.
Yeah.
Never understood that. But they'll charge you for a number. They'll charge you for a parking spot. They'll charge you for a track maintenance fee.
Yeah.
Because the racer should have to pay to fix the track that he races at.
Yeah.
Apparently, in some asphalt people's mind.
Yeah.
And they will charge you for 4 sets of tires, but they will not charge you an entry fee.
Right.
Now, dirt racing, on the other hand, they'll let you park where you want. They'll let you run whatever number you want to run.
Yeah.
They won't.
Ladders, numbers.
Yeah. You can run.
I seen number 5 last night that was FIV or. Yeah, FIVE. It was confusing me last night.
So, but they won't charge you for none of that. Yeah. What they will do is charge you $50 to enter your car for the event, or $100. So
depending on.
I think a lot of it comes down to fan support, really.
Yeah.
I know dirt racing has a lot of avenue now for you can. There's a lot more money involved in dirt racing. There's factory help.
Yeah.
I can speak on this. There's no secret. We've done some stuff for American Racer.
Right.
The series that we work for is basically owned by American Racer, but they allow both tires. But American Racer is at Gateway this year. They're going to be at the Dome. Do you think the Dome just said, "Hey, come on in, American Racer. We're happy to have you." No,
that's not how it works.
they had to write a check. Just like anything else. So when you look at all these dirt races, just say World of Outlaws, for instance. That's predominantly.
Predominantly.
Yeah, that word.
Yeah.
That's basically Hoosiers.
Yeah.
So Hoosier Racing Tire gives X amount of dollars per World of Outlaws. I'm not saying it's just all the money comes from the tire companies.
No, yeah.
But you have a bunch of revenues like that. Dirt Vision has got to pay, for World Racing Group. Dirt Vision gives money back to the racetracks, to the kickback. So I think there's more revenue out there because A, there's more eyes on it, and B, there's more fans in the stands.
Yeah.
It just simply comes to numbers.
Well, I think a lot of companies like. A lot of the dirt guys, it's more like rural areas and stuff, and I think a lot of those places spend their money where people are going to see it, and people go to the racetracks on the weekends, and that's where they try to put their money into.
Well, that's what I think it mostly just comes down to asses and seats.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to let's just say here in the Midwest, if you go to a CRA late model race, a pavement late model race, it's the top stock car in the area.
Right.
You go to a CRA late model race at Anderson Speedway, you have 14 cars, 15 cars. This was for the Redbud 400. The race pays $10,000 or $15,000 to win.
Right.
At Brownstown Speedway on a Tuesday night for a flow race, pays $25,000 to win, and we have 60 cars. But not only that, at Anderson that week, you probably had 2,000 people in the stands.
Yeah.
Brownstown, we had 5,000 people in the stands.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
And plus you had 100,000 people watching on Flow or something.
Flow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for the kickback. So
and everybody sees your name on there whenever you're the title sponsor or whatever, or the race sponsor.
Or as Brian Herbert said in our interview, I mean, just look at the racetracks. So Sinorama Victory Lane sitting there, and they're in Victory Lane for 5 minutes. So the guy that owns Sinorama just got not free advertisement because they had to pay for the advertisement,
right.
But it's getting broadcast out to the 10,000, 20,000 people watching on TV that wasn't going to see it to begin with. So, Ryan, we don't really know, but we think it just comes down to asses and seats.
Yeah.
So that was our first question. Our second question is from Kelly out of Seymour, Indiana. As we've discussed the cost of racing, Kelly would like to know, do we think the cost of general admission is affecting fan attendance with so much streaming going on now? You want to start on this? Or
no, I don't really think it does because, you know, a lot of people have money set aside for the weekend, what they're going to do with it anyway. And they're either going to go to the movies or go to the races. And I think if the race fans are going to the races, it's just, if it's $5 more than what it was last year, they're still going to go to the races.
Well, here's the thing on that. My thing is, you just said go to the movie.
Yeah.
Have you been to a movie lately, Flash?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's $20 a head, $25 a head to
and
get
if you buy anything at all there to eat or drink, it's...
another $20 to $30.
Exactly.
So it costs you basically $100 to leave the house.
Yeah.
No matter what you do. If we want to go to Brownstown Speedway this weekend, if we want to go to Brownstown Speedway this weekend, it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
And maybe we get started on that damn wall because nobody will be there to tell us no.
Yeah.
But if we want to go to, let's just say Georgia's racing this weekend, we want to go to Georgia.
Yeah.
We know that it's $25 a person to get in, $30 at the most.
Yeah.
To get in, and you're taking gas, so you know that it's going to cost you the same amount of money each week. I don't think the cost is affecting fan attendance. Is it getting more expensive? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But everything is.
Right.
If you go to a U of L basketball game, they charge you $50 a person to sit in the upper arena nosebleed.
Yeah.
And you're there for 2 hours.
Right.
So you go to Brownstown Speedway and they charge you $30 for Jackson 100. You're there for 4 hours. So at least you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
Has the cost gone up and it gets more expensive to go to major events? Yes. Major events, it does cost quite a bit. I mean, Gateway is not a cheap ticket.
No.
Like
Eldora, it's not cheap to go to Eldora because you got to have a place to stay up there. I mean, you can drive up and drive back the same night, but a lot of people want to go for the whole experience, so they're either camping or staying somewhere within 20 miles to try to.
And another thing about Eldora, though, once you get in there, the food's cheap.
Yeah.
The food is reasonable at Eldora.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't think the cost is affecting fan attendance. I think it's more of a, people use that as a cop out because it's on Flow, it's on Dirt Vision.
Right.
That was our first two fan questions of the week. So this week, send us some more questions. If not, we got plenty to cipher through.
Pick through.
Yeah, we got plenty to pick through. So, but send us some more. But yeah, we're gonna start doing it every week until people decide they start sending us messages and say, "Y'all are some idiots. We don't want to talk about it."
Yeah.
So just talk about what you do. Okay, so that's what we'll do. All right, Flash. You want to do Turkey Night first, or you want to do Swainsboro first?
You can do Turkey Night first.
All right, Turkey Night Grand Prix. 56 sprint cars. 50 midgets. They're at Ventura Raceway. Pros and cons. Let's start off on the pros first. 106 race cars in 2 divisions.
Yeah.
That's a very high pro.
Yeah.
At the end of the season in California.
Right.
So everybody from the Midwest had to drag equipment out there.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like they were just popping up, at your local racetrack.
Right.
So that is a pro. Sellout crowd last night. Did you see the?
Oh yeah, it was packed, dude.
You could not get. They turned people away.
Yeah, that was crazy.
They said, if you want to go to the pits, hang out on the beach, you can. You want to sit on this side? Not happening.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good that they're still doing that.
Yeah, that's a.
And it was on Flow. So there you go.
Yes, and we've been to California.
Yeah.
Everything's a little more expensive in California.
Yep.
So, but that was the pros. The con, the downtime was astronomically bad.
Yeah.
Friday, the racetrack was horrendously terrible.
Yeah.
Until the feature. They did, another pro, they did keep working on it to get it right.
To get it fixed.
Yeah. The 6 sprint car heat races and the midget practices were awful. They were as bad as a race as you could get.
They were.
But the 30-lap feature was good.
Yeah.
Davison Pursley took the win over Caleb Montgomery. Montgomery got by him once in traffic. They sliced it up a little bit. So that was Friday night. But another con, though, the racetrack did rubber up with 20 laps to go last night in the midget feature.
Right.
And it's done that for like 3 years.
Yeah.
But you're running so many laps in one night, and it's a 5th mile. So it's only as wide as it's going to be. So you're not going to use up every part of the racetrack.
Right,
So if it was a 70 lap, or hold on, as the kids would say, if it was a 6-7, if it was 67 laps last night, the feature would have been great.
Right.
But so let's talk about Saturday night. I've seen where people were killing them on Twitter. Even Brady Bacon went on there and said, well, at this rate, they're going to run the 25 and 26 Turkey Night Grand Prix.
Yeah.
One thing I will say that, they were revamping, working on the racetrack. So they had the schedule laid out pretty good. It's not their fault a car tore down the catch fence.
Yeah, tore it down first thing.
Yeah. It's not their fault that a car hit the pit opening and they couldn't even get the wrecker out there to get it out. So, I mean, there was a few things that went against them. But while we were bitching here at midnight, well, I say we, I wasn't bitching. I was just sitting on the couch chilling.
Yeah.
You got to remember, it's 9 o'clock their time.
Yeah.
Where they're at. Does it suck for the people on the East Coast? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But guess what? They're not attending to us. They're attending to the sold out crowd. I guarantee everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
They got to have autographs take pictures with their favorite drivers.
Yeah.
One cool thing that Flo did, Drake York walked around and interviewed people in the middle of the autograph line.
Yeah.
Drivers and fans.
That's cool.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But come down to the racing. This week's Slider of the Week, brought to you by Walnut Speed Decals, goes to the sprint car feature of Turkey Night Grand Prix. And Davison Pursley and Caleb Montgomery absolutely had a slaughter fest.
Yeah.
You could not ask for a better race. Just back and forth. But Carson Macedo kind of stole the show, not in a good way. First, he got in the back of KTJ.
Yeah.
Spun him out for third. Okay, so be it. He was going to the top. KTJ was on the bottom. Just racing deal. Mitchell Mose, not so racing deal.
Yeah.
He threw a slider that he had no way, video gamed him.
Yeah.
No way in hell to make it. Mitchell Mose, quick flip, lands upside down. Mitchell Mose pissed off. Red flag comes out.
Yeah.
Macedo, getting smarter, stopped on the backstretch.
Yeah, he stopped over too.
Yeah, he's not going to stop before he can get peppered.
Yeah.
So by the time Macedo gets stopped, Mose walks over, and Mitchell Mose isn't going to fight. He don't want to fight. He just wants to voice his displeasure.
Yeah.
And Mitchell Mose tells him, "You had no chance in hell." Actually, his words were, "You had no fucking chance in hell in passing and clearing me." He goes, "Well, I tried to stop." He goes, "And you had even less of a chance to stop as fast as we're going. You MFing idiot."
Yeah.
So as he's walking away, Macedo goes, "Hey, bro, I'm sorry. I understand why you're mad." Yeah, but no shit. You understand why he's mad. He just flipped 5 times into the catch fence because you didn't cut him no slack. But overall, Slaughter, I think they had 9 lead changes last night. Montgomery on the top.
It was a heck of a race.
It was a really good race. Caleb Montgomery had the line of the night, though, when they did the interviews. He goes, "Well, second sucks, but it's a lot better than getting crashed by Macedo." so that was pretty funny.
But Macedo kind of had a rough one after that.
Yeah, Macedo, instant karma, come back around. But overall, though, the sprint car feature, I put this on Facebook last night. I'm going to Turkey Night Grand Prix. Hopefully it's next year, but that is on my list. And I can tell you when we get there, if the downtime's really as bad as it seems like it is at home.
Oh, yeah.
But I think everybody was just
I don't
tired.
think it would be, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, when they were doing with 22 to go, they had the caution. I was watching and I fell asleep, so I ain't gonna lie. Well, I woke up and they was talking about the winner.
Yeah. So. Well, I called it quits about 30 laps to go too, and so I'll just watch that in the morning.
Yeah.
When they had the red flag.
Yeah.
They had the red flag with.
They was refueling everybody's car and all that. I was like, I was still trying to stay and watch it, but I crashed.
No, I actually turned the TV off and went to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'll check in the morning. But the midget race was absolutely great race. Corey Day wins his second Turkey Night Grand Prix back to back. Youngest driver in the history to win back-to-back Turkey Night Grand Prix. Him and Logan Stevie, I think they traded the lead 12 or 13 times.
Yeah.
Really good race until it wasn't.
Right.
I mean, it was a good race till, 14, 15 to go and it rubbered up.
Yeah.
But overall, Turkey Night Grand Prix was a success. It was one of those things that it's on my list.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that here in the next few weeks. We're going to do our list.
Yeah.
Our list of what we want to see and what we want to do.
Yeah.
So, Flash made his way to Swainsboro Raceway. 211 cars for the Turkey Trot 100. $10,000 win. Crate Racing USA late models. Flash, tell us all about it because I didn't get to see none of this.
Well, first thing, if you're in Zephyr Hills, Florida, don't drive east and then go up the East Coast and then cut back over. That's not the way to go on Thanksgiving weekend. I promise you that.
Yes.
Just go ahead and go back to Macon and cut across.
So what you're saying is don't go by and see red on the way.
No.
Okay.
I did. We went through Savannah and all that. Yeah.
Are you? All right, Flash. See, you're a part-time meteorologist.
Yeah.
You should have called me.
Yeah.
I'm part-time GPS influencer. Yeah. I would have said no, Flash.
I learned a lot with the GPS too. Waze is not paying me to say this, but make sure you have Waze on your phone. It will get you around some stuff.
Yeah.
It saved me like 4 times this weekend. So,
but it did save you on the first part.
Yeah, no.
All right.
But anyway, we still made it to the track in time. And Swainsboro, man, it's a nice place. It's super cool.
I told you that old boy told me it was nice.
Yeah, well, when I first walked in there and I seen the track, I was like, yeah, this is not going to be good because, it's a 3/8 mile, but it's not banked very much. I mean, it's maybe 12 degrees at the most.
Pancake.
Yeah. But then when they come out and was hot lapping, or I guess they was running a B main, and they were hammered down on the wall. I mean, sparks flying, all the way around the racetrack on the wall.
I can mess with that.
I said, well, it might get better later then because there might, they wear that out and go to the bottom. But man, they worked on the track every 2 features. They went out and reworked the track just enough to they
keep
just
it
put
good.
water on it. It's like 48 degrees or something there. And they kept putting water on. I was like, man, this is going to be all night. But they rolled it in like super quick and had it going again like in less than 10 minutes. I mean, it was good.
Well, that's a positive.
Yeah. But, I missed some of the B mains because, like I said, traffic was just horrible. But we got there, and the first race up was the 602 crates.
Yeah.
And these
$5,000
to win. Yeah. Well, 2 old boys on the front row. The inside was Cameron Tribble, and on the outside was Luke Cooper. So the very first start, I guess the boy on the inside he got a good start, and I guess they didn't like it because I didn't see nothing wrong with it. He just beat the guy off the corner, so they called that one back, and then the other guy got a killer start on the second one. And then somebody wrecked, so they started third. Well, on the third time, neither one of them was going to let the same thing happen to them again. So when they come off there, they were rubbing sheet metal all the way down the straightaway. Well, they both got sideways, and both of them turned into the wall. And the boy in one car, he almost got upside down, and they landed almost on top of each other. And so
just a South racing incident.
Yeah. So then we had like 50 people around the cars. Took a few minutes to get that cleaned up, but after they got the race going, it was really good. I mean, those 2 guys, neither one of them got to keep going, so the front row was just wiped out. But yeah, then they got going. It was a good race after that. That was one of the better races of the night. And
that was the one the little head knocker took win, right?
Yeah, he started 8th, and that's what I was going to tell you a little while ago. I said we've got a honorary slider of the week, and it's Trent Ivey. Man, he slid. I know he slid every single car to the lead. It was awesome. He was, and it was on a track that at that point the track was where you had to run the top. So I was like, there's no way he's gonna be able to do slide job on these guys because everybody's carrying so much momentum going to the corner. But he figured it out.
Yeah, I seen Trent Ivy when he was like 13 years old make his super late model debut.
Yeah.
So a little head knocker.
He said he'd been talent. He said he'd been coming there for a long time and hadn't done no good in that race. He said he was usually not real good, but man, he was on it last night.
Yeah.
And he was pretty stoked after the race. It was pretty cool seeing a kid happy, you know.
How old is he now? Is he 18, 19?
Yeah, he's got to be 18.
Okay, yeah. So I know he's young. He's still young, but the kid has all kinds of driving talent.
And then the next race up, I'm not going to talk about 3 of them. The second one was the street stocks, and I don't know if you guys have ever watched the Cruiser street stocks, but those guys are good. Yeah. I mean, they put on a show.
Yeah, they get after it.
Yeah. Who got the lead there first?
Caden Jackson took
Caden Jackson had the lead first, and then what's the other old boy? The one that run late models for so long. The 10 car run late models forever.
Spencer Hughes?
Yeah, Spencer Hughes in that 10 car. He's good in that too. Them two had a race, and they was straight away ahead of second, third place. Well, probably from second or third to fifth was a straightaway behind, and them guys was all battling. And our buddy Tyler Nicely, man, he started working his way through on the bottom, and he worked his way past all those guys. And I told my wife, I said, well, they're going to need a caution. Well, about that time they had a caution because this old boy climbed the wall.
Oh, this is okay. This is our Dio handyman crash of the week.
We're going to use this as, and I do not have the guy's name because it was all the way down turn 2 and I couldn't see it because I'm old. But anyway, he climbed the wall, turned over, was fine. Probably could have flipped the car back over and took off again. Well, some old boy come in there wide open, tried to make it between the guardrail and him, and he was sitting with the nose towards the guardrail, so he knocked the front clip off of it.
Knocked the carburetor
Well, then
off.
when he spun around, another guy come in there and backed it in there and knocked the back clip off of it. All this while he's sitting there upside down.
Yeah,
but everybody was okay though, so that was good.
Well, that's a way to tear your shit up.
Yeah, but when they went back racing though, they were them top 3 cars were, I mean, they were all over each other. It was good. At that point, they could run the top, the bottom, pretty much wherever they wanted to run. I think Hughes he started getting real tight, and so he slid back a little bit, and Tyler got up underneath of Caden Jackson. He's from Louisiana. Yeah, that was a good interview.
Yeah,
yeah, that was a really good interview.
That's funny.
But they come down to the line, and I told my wife we had 5 to go, and I said Tyler's going to beat him because the other boy was running the middle, and Tyler was just hooking on the bottom, and Tyler caught him on the last lap, got up under him, come off the corner, and no boy knew he was there, and he turned down on him, and they kind of went across the line pushing each other when the guy had his nose in front of Tyler. So it was a good race, though. They got out and congratulated each other, so that was pretty cool.
The Crate Racing USA street stocks, they're fun to watch. I always catch them at the Ice-Bowl.
Yeah.
That's where I see them at the most, and it's pretty good of it. Yeah. And one thing about them is they can race in the rubber.
Yeah.
They got such hard tires and so less grip.
Man, they have so many cars that are so good though. Is what's crazy. Yeah. I mean, that's a hard division to run.
Yeah, that's a tough division. And Tyler Nicely don't get enough credit for people say he goes and beats up on the street stock guys.
Yeah,
that's a tough division to run.
You don't beat up on those guys. It's great. They're good. They're good at what they do. And Tyler, he has so much composure on the bottom. It's unreal watching him. Not get overexcited and make the car push or
he'd be an excellent pavement racer.
Oh yeah. Well, he's done a lot of pavement up at Salem.
But he's not been excellent.
Yeah,
he's not been real good, but he would be a great pavement racer in the right situation. Let me rephrase
that.
Well,
Salem and those type of cars at Salem though, that's almost a dirt race.
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing about it, because I raced Salem with an asphalt car, and it's pretty close to a dirt race.
Yeah.
And then the other one I was going to talk about was the 604s.
Yeah, the Turkey Trot 100, 50 laps, $10,000 a win.
Yeah, and them guys. That's another group of guys that if you ain't ever watched, it's unreal.
Well, I mean, you got guys, especially like in this race. Jeremy Steele started up front, but Bubba Rolling came from 14th to 2nd. Michael Brown came from 20th to 4th.
Yeah, it was unreal.
Yeah, you got movers and shakers, as they say.
Yeah,
you got cars going both directions.
Yeah, they were really all over the place too. I mean, they were running top bottom, and I kind of figured out why they ran them third instead of running them first. I was wondering why they didn't run that feature first. Well, that feature was good up to 35 laps.
Yeah.
and then I told my wife, I said, "You smell that?" And she's like, "Yeah." I said, "That's rubber." I said,
was it But one thing that's interesting though, did the track turn orange or did it turn gray?
No,
because a lot of times down south it turns gray.
Yeah, it turned more gray.
Okay,
more grayish, almost black actually. It almost really looked like it was taking rubber. You know what I'm saying? And but up till that point though, it was a heck of a race. That guy, the 22 car,
Bubba Rowland.
Yeah, no, the guy Steele.
So
Steele. He is. He's a heck of a race car. I mean, every lap the same. It was good. He actually almost got passed by Bubba Rowland, though. Bubba Rowland rolled up there finally, I think about 10 to go or 15 to go, maybe. No. Well, I say 15 to go. About lap 25.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're 15 to go. Yeah.
About lap 25. He got a restart on the outside, and he actually had him passed. And he probably had room, but he was just too nice to not come down on him, chop him off, and
$10,000.
Yeah, I know it's $2,000, but it was a good race. So.
Well, you got to live the race again because those guys they race all winter.
Yeah, and they were right there at the end of the race. There was they was probably 2-3 car lengths apart at the end. So it was like I said, once it locked down at about lap 35, it was just
and it is what it is.
Nobody was going to be able to go anywhere. So, but it was good though. The first 35 laps was awesome.
Well, that's good. That's why. So overall, how was the trip?
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
So we going back to Swainsboro?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
We're going there.
So it's a good recommendation.
Yep. Good food. And that thing I liked about that place down there, man, they knew it was going to be cold, so they had like ready heaters, turbo heaters. They had turbo heaters everywhere for people to go stand in front of and warm up if they needed to. Which really it was 40-something degrees, so it wasn't too cold for me. But people down there probably was a little chilly.
Well, Kelly from Seymour, Indiana, maybe that's why there's more asses in the seats.
Yeah,
because they take care of the fans.
Well, that and the concession stand, which you know us, we always have to talk about the concession stand. They've got like 10 different meal deals. For $8, you get your like fries and your chicken fingers and the 20-ounce Coke for like $8. I mean, you can't buy that in any convenience store.
No,
that's a great deal. So
that's one thing I did miss this weekend.
Everything was good, yeah.
I missed racetrack food.
They've got a bar area in the back with TVs in it, so if you're back there in the bar area, if it gets cold, I think they have it. I think they have it a lot of times for the summertime because I'm sure it gets scorching down there.
Yeah.
And they got AC in there, so I think a lot of times maybe some of the people go back there and sit and watch the race from in there because they got like 4 TVs in there that you can watch from there. So it's a pretty cool place.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself there.
Yeah. The only thing that I will say about that place, I don't know if they'll listen or not. If it was me, I'd paint the fence black on the front stretch. You'd be able to see so much better because the way the fence is, the lights are right behind you, and it's on that silver fence, and you can't see through the fence to the other side of the track.
You almost got a little glare.
You have to set the top 2 rows to be able to see over the fence.
Yeah.
So, but if they painted it black, I think it would be great.
Well, we'll give them
which I only know that because of Hobstock.
Yeah. We'll give them a fan recommendation.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing I would recommend.
So the overall good trip, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, good deal. We're gonna hop off here and catch up with Kyler Johnson. Like I said, ASCS regular, and then we'll come back with upcoming events and our racetrack spotlight brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. On this week's deep dive, I have the young man from, I'm going to screw it up because I always screw it up, but from Quinter, Kansas, Kyler Johnson. And just a little side note, you guys that follow along with the Trading Sliders podcast, you know we do this shit just about anywhere. And we are in the Expo Raceway parking lot right now, right before Hot Lap. So thanks for coming on, Kyler. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
Doing good. I'm glad you came on, and we're going to talk about racing on a national tour from not like southern Kansas, far western Kansas by Colorado to end up on a national tour.
Yeah, I started racing with the United Rebel Sprint Series. It's a 305 kind of regional series, and when we decided it was time to move up, we didn't really have any 360 racing around us, so we knew our only option was to go on the national tour and go ahead and get the tow money and the point fund. And the first year we toughed it out and went ahead and went down to the Deep South, and those were a couple long drives, but at the end of the year it's all worth it to get that point fund money.
Well, and not only is it worth it for the long drives, but we say this all the time on our show, Racers Race, And if you stay at home and beat up on the same 15 people every week, you're not going to get any better. And you're a young kid that, all kids' dreams, I don't know yours, so to speak, but most kids, you want to run on a national level. In order to do that, to advance to, high limit or the All-Stars or, World of Outlaw, anywhere you want to go, you got to hit the road. You learn more on the road racing than you do racing at home. So how much did you learn last year?
Oh, I've learned a ton. The last couple of years we've been on the national tour. Each night is just a whole new learning curve. I mean, you gotta be on it at all times. You can't have any off lap at all, or else you're gonna get swallowed up.
Well, yeah, I caught up with you a little bit at West Memphis, Arkansas this year, the ditch, and that was a place where, we'll just be honest, you kind of struggled a little bit. It wasn't your expertise. You're more of a big track, keep the car straight, and these quarter miles, especially with a 360 car, you got to really bind them up and drive them hard. So what are you looking forward to the most this year going forward, or is it something where you're just like, man, I just got to get better at the smaller tracks?
Yeah, West Memphis is definitely a weekend I would rather forget. I think the first night we lost brakes in our heat race, and then that just completely set us back, and then the next night we ended up flipping, so it definitely wasn't a good weekend. But no, this year I'm looking forward to just hitting all the big tracks, obviously, but also, like you said, getting better at the small tracks. We got our engine program is finally getting built up, so now I feel like we have a couple of good solid pieces that we can go out and compete from start to finish of the night, no matter big track, small track. Hopefully we can be competitive.
Well, that's every kid's main goal, just be competitive on the road. We open up, you guys open up in Daytona, Volusia. I mean, that is a hike. Was that probably 17 hours, 18-hour drive for you guys?
Yeah, it's right around 20 actually.
Okay,
so
yeah.
It takes a little while to get there.
Yeah, so that's a hike. Well, the positive thing is you got a lot to think about when you're going down. And if you run good, it's great coming back. If you run bad, you're going to kill yourself on that drive home, because I've been there and done that. I've had, trips where I've had 8, 9, 10-hour drive home, and you ran like shit. You're just like, oh my God, you'll beat yourself up 100 times. So as an older guy that used to do this, I wasn't a sprint car guy. Like I said, I was in the modified stock car world, but don't get too high, don't get too low. I'm just going to let you know going into that. Sure. So don't get too high. It will all work out in the end.
Oh yeah, no, our prelim night was actually, we were pretty happy with it, I think we were running 12th or 13th there for a little bit until we biked it on the cushion and eventually ended up getting upside down. But we should be back and ready to roll for Saturday. Todd's got the car rolling really good so far this week, so hopefully we can just keep that up.
Yeah. How many times have you been to the Chili Bowl?
This is my 5th year, I believe.
Okay, so you was here part of where everybody had to roll through the middle real slow for a few years.
Yes.
How much better is the track this year? Because I've been on record saying, I said I've raved about the Chili Bowl this week, and even the Tulsa Shootout. Like, the racetrack here is phenomenal. How awesome has that curve been? I hope it stays like that all week, but if it don't, hell, we've had some good nights. What kind of tracks do you prefer?
Yeah, no, like you said, the track's been phenomenal all week here at the Chili Bowl. But yeah, no, the tracks I prefer is kind of like what we have here, a curb that we can really lean on, and just something that really gives us an opportunity to get that momentum built up. I told Todd there before our feature, I was like, I'm going to be riding the top no matter what. That's where I would rather prefer to be, is on the top. But, I'm not much of a roll the bottom type of guy. I'd rather get up on the curb and just let it rail.
Well, see, that's why I bought one of your T-shirts. I'm a fan of, let's throw them over your shoulder, put it up on the fence. Especially, I'm not an expert in your area, but I've seen the track surfaces. Mm-hmm. A lot of that's roll through the middle. It's not really throw it up over your shoulder. When you get down here in the Midwest and even in the South, it's totally different style tracks, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. I always tell people around us.
From the South?
Hold on a second. What was that?
You said you from the South?
Wait, well, kind of, yeah. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh yeah, you from the South. So how different is it?
You talking about the racetracks itself?
Yeah. What's the difference from the Southwest to the South?
Down south, you got a lot more banking. A lot smaller tracks, but more banking. You carry more speed. That's about it.
So are you a SEC fan?
I'm a Kentucky fan. I'm a UK fan, so
You're
yeah.
SEC fan?
Well, yeah, I'm an SEC fan.
Mike Stoops?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm a basketball guy.
What y'all gonna do this year? Y'all lost Patino.
Yeah, we lost Patino and Cal, so it's a tough year altogether.
Cal,
we lost Cal. Yeah, it's a tough year together. No, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So.
Okay, you on a podcast?
Yeah, we're recording an interview.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. That's what we do. It's the Chili Bowl week.
Hey, come out. Hey, I'm in stand too.
Okay. All right, we'll come see you.
Yeah, come see me, man.
See, that's what we do at the Chili Bus. That's See, Kyler, you know you're big time when they're running you down in the parking lot.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
so I mean, hell, we try to get out here, sneak out here to where it's quiet. We've had a concert, and we got some little kid right here. What? Come here real quick. All right, so you say your name is James? Come on. Is this your first Chili Bowl?
No,
Well, here, speak up.
third.
It's your third Chili Bowl? Okay. Who's your favorite driver? You don't know?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hey, we're interviewing Kyler Johnson right now. All right, let's try it again. Who's your favorite driver?
Kyler Johnson.
There you go. My man is smart. All right, hey, have fun at the Chili Bowl. Hold on a second. I got something for you. There you go. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Back to the regular schedule program.
Yeah, I completely forgot what you asked me a little bit ago.
Yeah, well, we'll start over. Shit, it don't matter. So here we are at the Chili Bowl, hanging out with the man among the people, Kyler Johnson. What I was getting at was the difference in driving, driving different style tracks. How hard is it to, advance to, okay, tonight it's going to be hammered down on the cushion. Okay, tomorrow it's going to be, I got to do slow and steady. Is it really hard to adjust, or is it something you just like, shit, it's just what we got to do?
Well, to be honest with you, the slow and steady, sandy type soils with no cushion, that's what I grew up on. Out in western Kansas, that's really all we got. We don't have very good clay. Whenever we get a place that's sandy, I'm comfortable on that. That's what I grew up on. But then my favorite type of track to run on is actually a clay track with a big curb and something you can lean on up there. So I feel either way, I'm happy with it.
All right. Well, here's one thing. You guys open up at Volusia. If they don't water it too much with the 360s, it's kind of a sandy. It looks grippy, but it's like a slimy, sandy kind of surface. So you'll be okay at Volusia. It's if they don't get it too heavy, because there's a possibility that you'll throw beach balls, side mud clods down the straightaway too. Volusia, depends on what kind of mood they're in that day.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So this year's plans, you're going to go back out on the tour, run the national tour. What is your goals for the season? Everybody needs goals. So what's your goal for the season? And then when we go from there, what's your goal long term in the racing industry?
Yes, obviously our goal this season is to get a national tour win. We've came decently close a couple of times, but just to get over that hump and get the monkey off our back and finally get a win on our, I believe eventually everyone's dream as a kid is to get hired to run on the Outlaws or to get hired and paid to drive.
Yeah, well, we deal with that a lot where I'm from. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, but we claim Central Indiana because that's a sprint car hotbed, and every kid's dream is they're going to move to Central Indiana and make it in racing. We call it the Jeff Gordon effect. We're going to move here and we're going to make it. So hopefully going forwards, you get enough experience under your belt where somebody says, you know what, I like this kid, because he's a hell of a kid and he can improvise on the fly. Like I said, we went through a rap concert. We almost got ran over by a truck backing in, and we interviewed a kid all in 12 minutes. So that's kind of what we do here. So Jesus
he's still
Christ.
trying to back in.
Yeah, that's almost just Jesus Christ. A good thing we chose to do it out here so it's quiet,
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's the story of my life, man. I try to make it easy for everybody, and then it's like anybody that listens to my show, they're just like, yeah, something's gonna be screwed up, because that's just the way we do it. So part number 2 with Kyler Johnson, because as we say on the Trade Insiders podcast, part number 1 was actually the Trade Insiders podcast to the full effect. We had a concert in the parking lot. We had a guy come up and want to talk to us about SEC football, and he named the wrong coach. But Kyler Johnson, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, and let's do part 1 and part 2 together. This is our own little mashup. So thanks for coming on.
Yeah, of course, no problem. Thanks for having me.
This interview we started back almost a year ago at the Chili Bowl in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we were talking about the upcoming season and how you were looking forward to getting to the big tracks. You had a new engine program. A, how did the season go from there? And B, did the engine program improve? Because that was your main concern going into the season.
Right. I mean, I'll answer the second question first. Our engine program was definitely top notch. I mean, we didn't have any problems whatsoever. I mean, outside of a ignition problem one night, but that's going to happen. I mean, when you race 50 nights a year, that's going to happen at least once. So, engine program's definitely better. Shout out to Donut Racing Engines. They build amazing engines that are able to compete. We set quick time several times, so that definitely makes your night a whole lot easier when you can go out and qualify and kind of put yourself in that dash.
Well, the way your format is, if you don't qualify good, you kind of put yourself behind the eight ball, for the whole night. And when you're racing with guys like Sam Havertine, Matt Covington, Blake Hahn, you don't need to start behind the eight ball.
Definitely, yeah. Like there were several nights there where, I mean, we may not have had the fastest car, but we ended up putting one good lap down in qualifying, and we ended up locking ourselves into the dash, and you just get to learn from there. So then it takes it out from you don't have to be your best in the heat race then, because you get to go out and try stuff as long as you can stay in that top 4 or 5, whatever puts you in the dash. So it just kind of adds another aspect to our format and makes it interesting.
Well, that's one thing. I've been on record for saying this on the podcast here. I know a lot of people are saying like we need to just do away with the 360s and let's have 410 regional to feed into the national 410 stuff. But I mean, 360 racing is not only is it big like in your area in the Midwest, but it's a avenue of the sport that we need. It's where you guys can get out on the road, learn how to budget your race program, learn how to actually race. We don't really need all 410s and just do away, because the 305 to 360 is a hard jump, but a 305 to a 410 is almost an insanely jump.
Oh, definitely. And like you said, I mean, around us up until the last year, really, we didn't have much 410 racing around us. So, I mean, if we didn't have the 360 program, I mean, I don't even know, we wouldn't be racing much, that's for sure.
Yeah. So when we started this interview, I forgot to tell everybody we had technical difficulties. This is the reason why we're gonna have 2 interviews into one. I probably should have put that out there, but when we started this, you said you're wanting a top 5 in points. Top 3 was your goal, but realistically, you're just looking at top 5 because you're going to a bunch of new tracks. How did the season go? And this is the first time we've actually talked to someone about how they wanted, and then we actually kind of get the end of the year review. So how did the season go for you?
Yeah, we started off pretty strong there early. We went down to Florida and experienced Volusia, and then we ended up going down to Hendrick County and had a couple solid runs down there. And then the next race for ASCS wasn't until April, I believe, but that would have been at Salina, Oklahoma, at the high banks there. We ended up setting overall quick time, and I think we came away with a top 5 maybe there. And then we strung together a couple decent finishes there in the first handful of races. And then going into Paducah, Kentucky, we were running 4th in points, and then got in a pretty big crash there, tore a car up. And if you know Paducah, it's a fast racetrack, so there's no easy crash there. So
no, there's no small crash at Paducah International Super Speedway. Is what we call it here in Kentucky, because I'm from the Louisville area, which Paducah is still 3.5 4 hours from me, but it's in the same state. But that is a monster racetrack.
Right. Yeah, I love that place, and really what makes it the most frustrating is that I think we started midfield there, and we were running 4th, and then had a sway bar break, and so that ended up nosing us, went nose first and crashed pretty hard there going into turn 3. So so we tore that car up, and then like I said, we had that one ignition failure close right around that same time, and that really just hurt us in the points there. So having 2 DNFs, and then we had another just bad finish there, back to back, and that dropped us clear down to 9th in points there pretty quickly. So then the rest of the season we were kind of in catch-up mode, and then really right after the Knoxville break, we caught fire, I'd say. I mean, we were pretty fast there for several weeks there, going through the Montana swing and racing through Kansas, and we got, I think, 4 or 5 podiums through then. and several top fives. And then we were able to build ourselves back up to 5th in points heading in towards the end of the season. And then, we went up to the Eagle Nationals and just didn't have a good night. Like we talked about our format, we didn't qualify good at all. And so that just, with that many cars at that race, it just put us clear behind the 8 ball, and then we just couldn't ever recover from it. So we didn't end up making the feature that night. So that definitely hurt our points. We were still 5th in points at the time, but Garrett Benson had closed the gap tremendously and was only back a couple points. So after that, we had just 6 races left, I believe, and we ended up just not capitalizing on those nights at all. And Garrett ended up getting us in points, and it came down to the very last weekend there in Creek County, which Tulsa Speedway and Creek County were the last 2 weekends, and those are just 2 places that I got to get better at.
Well, we talked about that in the first part of the interview. Is the bull rings isn't your expertise. We tied,
right.
and that was going to be my next question was, have you gotten more comfortable on the bull rings? Because I noticed that West Memphis wasn't on the schedule this year, so I was thinking, well, he's going to be okay. Then I got thinking, I don't know, man, Creek County is kind of tough to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely feel like we got better on our short tracks. Like a lot of the Montana tracks, they're a little bit smaller. And Callahan, Colorado, we had a podium there. Just for whatever reason, Tulsa Speedway and Creek County just didn't go our way. But no, I definitely think we got our short track package figured out a lot better than we did last year. Like for instance, Peevely, Missouri, that's one race I wish we had back. We started 4th, I believe, and ended up taking the lead from Hahn about 8 or so laps in, and led every lap until 2 to go. And then that's when Matt got me in traffic, and that would have been a big one for sure for our first national win. But yeah, that's definitely one night our team would like to have back. But like you said, you get another chance and get to go at it again.
And speaking of your team, you're a 3rd-generation racer from a part of the country that, I mean, there's sprint car racing, but it's not like it's Knoxville, Iowa, or Indiana, or Pennsylvania. So where you're located at, you and your family, you have to go out and perform for people in the Midwest to, know who you are, and it's unfair. But speaking of your team, I mean, your brother is crew chief, and your dad's on the road with you. So how much of a family operation is it? Because you say team, but actually it's just you and your family, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it truly is a full family operation. That's all it is. It's when we go up and down the road, it's just my brother and my dad and my wife the whole time. So that's all it is. And there's definitely, it's good having only family, but there's also hard times because when you don't perform, I mean, everyone's mad. So it's a lot of pointing fingers, and everyone's mad at the moment, but then the next day we got to turn around and do it again, and then see each other at Christmas. So there's really, like you said, just where we're located, it makes it really tough, to get ourselves out there. Like you said, I mean, we're out here in farm country, so I mean, racing's not huge out here. I mean, it's getting a bigger presence, I mean, the longer we do it. But yeah, like you said, just getting our name out there as far as sponsors and all that, it's hard out here. Just, I mean, everyone knows everyone, and we just don't have a lot of diverse industries that we could target.
Yeah, well, let me ask, how do you guys? So, obviously you're the driver, and your dad's won multiple championships in sprint car racing. And your brother, like, do you guys bounce ideas off each other, or do you just say, I'm going to drive and let them worry about making the car go on the track? How exactly do you guys run the program?
Yeah, so earlier on in the season, we were kind of beating ideas off each other and doing it that way, where I kind of had a say in what we did. And then right around Knoxville time, so my brother actually wasn't with us at the time early in the season. He was off. He was going to do a real life job. So he ended up quitting that to come back and crew chief for us there after Knoxville. And after that, they basically told me, look, you just tell me what the car feels and we'll make the adjustments, and you don't get to know what's on it. Because then they thought maybe if I knew what was on it, I'd have. I mean, everything
second guess everything.
So right,
Yeah.
right. So ever since then, I didn't get to know what was on the car, but I'd come in and say, "Hey, I think we need to do this, this, and this. I'm feeling whatever," and they'd make the adjustments and they'd talk it out. You know, my dad still has definitely a say in the setup, so they'd beat ideas off each other and they'd go from there.
Well, it seems to work now. You guys are going in the right direction. So, what's the plans for next year? Is it national tour again? Is it pick and choose? Are you trying to do 410s? I mean, what is the plan going forwards?
Yeah, no. Right now, our plan is to just do ASCS national and hit whatever 360 races we can on off weekends, but put all of our time and energy and money into the national tour and go try to win that.
Well, you're going in the right direction. You got some tough competition to overcome though. With people that don't follow the 360 scene, explain to them how tough it is to compete with Sam Heverteen Jr., Matt Covington, Blake Hahn. I mean, on a nightly basis, and especially in their expertise in their backyard. How tough is that?
Oh, exactly. I mean, these guys have been running ASCS for years. I mean, whenever I was sitting there fifth in points, we were looking at the guys in front of me, and we had, like you said, Sam, who's won the championship several times, and he was just on a tear this year. I mean, no one could touch him really this year. So, I mean, it's multi-time champion and Sam. Blake's a multi-time champion. Jason Martin was running third or fourth at the time, and he was a champion. And then Matt Covington, he's ran second I don't know how many times. Yeah. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time, and
a lot of these guys have been doing this longer than you've been alive.
Yeah, exactly. I mean that group of guys right there that I just mentioned. I mean, they got more wins than I probably have races under my belt. So, I mean, and like you said, in their backyard as well. I mean, our series is based out of the Tulsa area, and we race a lot around Tulsa and that area. And so when you go to Creek County, for instance, it's not only the national cars we're competing against. They got one of the toughest local scenes out of anywhere in the country, I'd say. I mean, you go to Creek County and you got guys that you only see once or twice a year that will go out and lead laps and set quick times. And
yeah, Curt County in the 360 world, it's kind of like when you guys venture down to West Memphis there. It's exactly. You better be ready to go because those guys don't play. They don't get out and travel a whole lot, but when you come to their backyard, you better be ready to go.
Exactly. Yeah, like there at the last race of the year there we had 40 some cars there and 5 heat races, so 10 cars made the dash, and we qualified decent, but we just weren't able to get into the dash. So that puts us starting at least 11th. So just like that, you're just happy to make the show at that point.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Just get in. I just need to get in, and then once you get in, it's like, well, can we go forwards? Because 4-time, 5-time track champion is starting next to me. That's been around this racetrack for 15 years, and hell, this is only my 5th time ever coming here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's definitely like you said, I mean, the series is just tough right now. I mean, even our younger guys that we got coming up, I mean, it's just a tremendous amount of talent and just really good cars throughout the whole field. There's really not a whole lot of slouches. And even when we travel, I mean, we pick up some guys like Seth Bergman, who's a previous champion. He won the championship last year. And, I mean, anytime he shows up, he's going to be fast. So just seems like any time we show up to the racetrack, we know what we're going to have to do to win, and that's to put ourselves in that dash, and that's the first step to even giving ourselves a chance to win the thing.
So we're going to see you at the Chili Bowl this year?
As of right now, no.
Oh, really? I was hoping we could find that guy that told us to come see him in section 112.
I know. Yeah, no. Just some plans fell through, and so as of right now, no. Unless someone gives me a call and would let me come drive their car, I will not be there.
Okay, well that sucks. Like I said, because we was gonna get together and chase that old boy down who screwed up the initial podcast to begin with. We were gonna get him back.
Yeah.
So who helps you? Who helps you get up and down the road, and who makes this possible? Because I know you got a bunch of great sponsors, but also you take this time and sell yourself. We're coming up on close to 1 million downloads on the podcast, so maybe just maybe somebody listens and say, you know what, I kind of like this kid. I want to help him out. So do your due diligence and sell yourself right now.
All right, yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know me, my name's Kyler Johnson. I'm a 22-year-old third-generation driver from Quinter, Kansas. If you're driving down I-70 on the way to Denver, Kansas City, you'd pass right by. It's a small town, 900 people at most. So I've been racing since I was 15 in sprint cars, and I raced go-karts before that. But so we ran the United Rebel Sprint Series, which is a 305 series based out of Kansas. We ran that for a couple years, and then once my senior year of high school in 2022, we decided to hit the road with ASCS. And I mean, I'd never even done any 360 stuff. I had ran one 360 race before we joined the tour, and that was it. So we dove in head first, basically. And,
we're just sink or swim.
Yeah, exactly. So we went all in and just tried to learn. I mean, where we were at the time, there wasn't any 360 racing anyways, and we were going to have to travel if we wanted to race 360s. So at that point, we decided to just do it and get our tow money and the benefits of being a national tour member. And since then, we've gone through the ranks. My first year in ASCS, we got the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame Pull Award for 360 Rookie of the Year. And, since then, we've just been building our program. When we joined ASCS, we weren't prepared, I'd say, as far as our engine program and just running how the night runs, just qualifying and putting ourselves in position to make the show and then get top fives and now competing for wins. Now, with thanks to BK Trucking and Kuntz Manure Spreading, we've got a really good engine package that can compete each night. So that's definitely huge. And, it's not only Bryce Kuntz. I mean, we got Double Diamond Farms, Hurl Farms, Map Inc., Kaiser Angus. I mean, I know I'm missing a bunch, but we got a lot of people around here local that help us out here and there. But I mean, every dollar counts when you're trying to do this. So I definitely am greatly appreciative of every person who's ever supported me and what we do.
That small town boy with big time dreams. But it's funny you say your hometown. I had more kids in my senior class than your whole hometown. I had more than 900 kids in my senior class in my high school, which is crazy to think.
Yeah, my graduating class had 18.
18. Okay.
Yep, that's what we graduated with.
Yeah, we graduated in Freedom Hall, which where you're from, but it's the basketball arena where the University of Louisville plays college basketball. That's how big our graduating class was.
Ours was just in our high school gym, and I wasn't even there. So
you was out racing?
Yep, I was racing, and they called me in, and I was on a Zoom, I guess. So
yeah,
that's how
that's awesome.
That's how that worked out.
Well, I hope I see you at the Chili Bowl. If you don't, if everything falls through completely and you don't get a ride, just come hang out. It's a good time, and then, that's one of those events that you just need to be there. You never know what sponsor is going to be hanging out in the building that decides, hey, I kind of like this kid. So you might want to think about just it's an opportunity. That's what the Chili Bowl is. When we stay on here, it's an opportunity to sell yourself. So you might just want to come hang out if you can't get a ride. But we look forward to keeping up with you this year. And hell, I was going to come to your Paducah and Windy Hollow weekend. I was going to come hang out, and the first time when it got rained out, and then the second time I was on the road when you guys made it back up. So couldn't make the trip, but I was hoping to come hang out, and we we could have done this mid-season, but at least we got a year-end review of beating up and down the road, and we really appreciate you taking time, and, thanks again.
Yeah, not a problem. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, thank you. All right, Flash, that was Kyler Johnson out of Quinter, Kansas. Like I said before at the beginning of the show, that was a pretty neat way that worked out. We did a upcoming season, what are you going to, try to accomplish this year? And then we got to catch up with him at the end of the season.
Yeah.
How did it go? Did you get to accomplish things? Checked a couple of them off the list.
Yeah.
A couple of them still working on.
Right.
But he almost got his first national tour win at I-55 Raceway in Peabody, Missouri. Got snubbed at the line by about half car length.
Oh, man.
But Kyler Johnson, he started out in go-karts. It's a family-operated team. Took the 305 world by storm. Winning races all over central, southwest Kansas, in Oklahoma, and decided, you know what, we're going to go 360 racing. We're just going to do it nationally. So,
Yeah.
Hats off to you, because that is a struggle and a half. And we talked about racing with guys like Blake Hahn and Sam Heffertine Jr.
Yeah.
every night of the week. Just up and down the road. It's just him, his dad, his brother, and his wife.
Man.
They don't have no car chiefs. Halfway through the season, his brother came along to crew chief for him. As he said, my brother quit his real job to come hang out with us.
Yeah.
And now they're going in the right direction. Had some really good runs there at the end of the year. So I think the breakout win is coming on the national tour. He's a guy, when you unload at a regional event, you better be ready. He's on go. But national tour wise, he even said, man, it's tough. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's way harder than we ever thought it would be. But we enjoy every minute of it. So
that's good.
Pretty cool kid, man. I got to hang out with him, and thank you for being so patient with me at the Chili Bowl. This interview, Flash, I'm telling you, there was so much going on.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even believe it. This car comes by, loud music, a worker. It's like being at a concert.
Yeah.
This guy's backing in with an ice truck and damn near runs over us. You hear he almost hit us.
Yeah.
This little kid came up and wanted to know if he could be on the radio show. So we let him on.
Yeah.
And then this worker came over and asked me, how y'all going to be with Mike Stoops as your football coach since y'all lost Rick Pitino? I said, bro, Pitino's been gone forever. We just lost John Calipari.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all recording something? Because we got headphones and microphones on.
Yeah.
No, we're not recording nothing. Oh, my bad, dog. My bad. Come see me in section 2.
Yeah.
I'll be in there working. So that's how it's just,
yeah.
It's just one of those things. I was like, oh my God. It is definitely trading sliders to the max.
Yeah.
As they say, things can happen and usually does.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Yeah.
But he played it off like a champ. Super cool, super cool kid. So hopefully we get to catch up with him at the Chili Bowl. This year he said he don't really know what he's doing yet. He had a deal fall through, so he may be out there, he may not.
Right.
So this week's upcoming events, Flash. And we're going to start off with the racetrack spotlight. Brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering, and I don't really even know the name of the damn racetrack.
Yeah.
I guess it's the event center at the Dome, or what is that? What do they even call the damn?
I think they just call it the Dome.
The Dome. Gateway.
Yeah.
Dirt Nationals.
Yeah, Gateway Dirt Nationals.
Gateway Dirt Nationals, St. Louis, Missouri. Quarter mile-ish, 5th mile.
Yeah.
It's bigger than what people give it credit for.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you're listening, Ben Tunney, I'm calling you out directly. Don't be shitting on the track size. You've raced your whole career on a 5th mile racetrack and think you're Mr. NASCAR.
Yeah.
So don't be shitting on the track size, okay? Don't be commenting on nothing you know nothing about. As I was saying, the Gateway Dirt Nationals in St. Louis, Missouri, $70,000 to win for the Super Late models, $10,000 to win for the modifieds, the most conjoined modified division there is.
Yeah.
Guys from all over. It's the late model racing is good, but the modifieds at Gateway from everybody that comes around is worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
So that's this week's racetrack spotlight. Our food that we'll give for our racetrack spotlight, being that JT's Trackside Catering is a small business, I don't know if Darnell will be on the backside of the dome again this year.
Yeah.
Because I think they told him, hey, you're not supposed to be here. But Darnell was on the backside of the dome, the best pulled pork barbecue I've ever eaten in my life, out of a tent with baked. Like, we were leaving the dome, and everybody was wanting to go get something to eat, and every restaurant was closed down because it was the year of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So everything was closed down. We tried pizza. We tried everything. One negative to Gateway, it's a little different now. But during COVID, like, they took that shit to heart.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was shut down.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you got 50,000 people here for an event. You might want to keep your restaurants open.
Yeah.
But I found, my fat ass.
Yeah.
I found food. So I brought it back to the hotel. But the Gateway Dirt Nationals, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll be there this week. So we'll just say maybe there'll be some content coming this way from Gateway. Another event going on this week that I've been to, is a super cool event if you like pavement racing. But the Snowball Derby at the Five Flag Speedway, I think practice starts Wednesday. They run Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Crate late models, super late models. Kyle Busch is going to be in the house this year. Super late models, crate late models stocks.
Yeah.
Modified street stocks. I think they even got Hornets there this year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Super compacts or whatever they call them.
Right, yeah.
At the Snowball Derby, they're at Five Flag Speedway. And then Flash used Florida just 1 week too early.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Henry County Speedway, Friday and Saturday, have the factory stocks and UMP modifieds. $4,000 to win each night at their Henry County Speedway. The factory stocks, that's the Crate Race USA street stocks down there. You can interchange. Same rule package. And our last event we want to talk about, USAC's Race Aid. It will be going on this Saturday at the USAC office. Pat Sullivan reached out to me about this. We could talk about it. T-shirt bingo, Flash. All proceeds will go to families of Race Aid. So drivers who get hurt, track officials who get hurt. But I think it's like $20. You get a meal and you get to play bingo all night.
Yeah.
But you don't win any money. You win drivers' T-shirts, USAC T-shirts, all kinds of stuff.
That's
Actually,
cool.
If we would have got our stuff in a little bit earlier, I was going to send a couple Trading Sliders shirts up there, but that stuff just got in. And guys, the merchandise, the stuff that needs to be shipped out, it's going to be shipped out Monday morning. And everybody else, get with us.
Yeah.
If you're locally, we've got rid of a bunch of it, but get with us and we can meet up or whatever we need to do. We got. Yeah, I'm sure my wife is ready to get all these shirts off the couches, off the islands. But she did go through and bag everybody up, so everything's ready to go.
We appreciate her doing all that too.
Yeah. She did that while I worked in the garage.
Right. Yeah. You also have to do one other thing. You got to talk about what you did Friday night.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I went and raced slot car figure 8, Flash.
Yeah.
Do you want to run a car this week? They only had like 3,907 people there.
No, you said they had a bunch of them.
I'm going to be out of town, but I mean, if you want a car to run.
No, I don't know what I'm doing this weekend yet.
I was just saying. But yeah, we went slot car figure 8 at Art Grove Memorial. Didn't run with a dam, crashed the intersection a couple of 9 times. One thing, hold on. See, Flash, you brought this up. Now I'm going to have to say something.
Yeah.
One thing I am going to say had a great time. Doodle was there.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Excitement raced.
That's cool.
So you seen Doodle on a racetrack? You just think of him on a slot car track.
Oh yeah, same way.
Yeah. But it's a good time. Bunch of kids there. Kids had a blast. But one thing I will say, guys, we can't take all this stuff so damn serious.
Yeah.
They are toy cars. They are. I mean, if you crash, you crash. If the kids come off, they come off. Get over it.
Yeah.
They're toy cars.
It's supposed to be here. They're having fun anyway.
Yeah. So the kids had a blast. So that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I can't think of anything else for this weekend.
Well, I would say get out and support a local racetrack, but the closest thing to us is Gateway.
Yep.
So
all eyes will be on that.
Tune in on Flow.
Yeah, if it's cold, stay. And you ain't got tickets, just stay home watching on Flow.
Or if you're snowed in, because
a lot of people north up Indy area is going to be snowed in probably, or at least have some snow anyway.
Yeah, it's Yeah, I think we're supposed to get like 2 inches here. So, so it's going to,
oh gosh, that's like 20 inches anywhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible.
They can't drive in the rain, much less snow.
Yeah. But yes, thank you to everybody that follows along. We'll be here each and every week. So come back, hang out with us. Until next time, we'll be training sliders.